Hi, everybody. Hey, so one reason I'm drawn towards what is called Omnism, the idea that no one religion holds the truth, but all religions hold valuable truths. The more you can remain open, the wider scope you can get an understanding of each culture. I believe each culture and time period uh, develops their own religions for that time period and that specific culture, right? And a lot of us, I shouldn't say a lot of us, some of us develop a relationship with God outside of these systems. So the idea that anyone would have to go into a confined structure, that's cool, to get closer to God is kind of silly. And then the fighting over whose God is right tells me that most people are missing the entire point of God if you have to argue about who's right and who's wrong. The more you can remain open, the more understanding you can get for why people are the way they are and yourself and where you fit into these systems, right? And the more you can remain open to understanding the structures of these systems, you will see the correlation and overlap between the systems, right? And you'll start to see maybe eventually that a lot of these things are describing the same thing from different perspectives and angles, right? And their own language curated to their time and their cultures. So as someone who has developed a relationship with God outside of all of that, I'm not saying I'm better than anyone or anyone's, better than nobody's better than anyone, right? But it does bother me that so many people who claim to be religious seem to be so judgmental and have such a thin grasp on the concept of the divine nature, God, to the point where they have to tell everyone that, oh, you're wrong, you're not good enough, you don't do it like us, so get out of town, buster. So by closing yourself off and believing and having to tell other people that your way is the only way, well, you're bringing yourself further from God, right? And you're creating unnecessary rifts. Once again, the idea that any religion wants to fight over whose God is God and who is right and who is wrong just completely misses the point, in my experience, from how I've come to know God, right? And I came to know God through life, like the initiation of life. There are systems that can teach you formulas to be initiated, and sometimes some of us are just thrown into a crazy life where we are initiated gradually by the spirits and life itself, oftentimes without even knowing. So I recommend opening yourself up to these ideas and the spiritual side of things if you hope to find some answers.